specifications, yeah. So, yeah, so this also we have decided as a group that we are going to do a first class job. Ranjith said that we will do this to the highest standards to match the original specifications. That means the wood will be in teak, good quality paint. We don't want to cut short and go cheap, because 60 group has a very high standard. We do things with class. So everybody said, no, we are not going to cut this out cheap, you know. So we are going to have teak wood, good paint, good quality, and you can make your checks payable to 60 group, but nobody's under the gun. You know, if you don't have, that's fine, no problem. Okay, this you can volunteer services. There are people who are good in engineering, businessmen, architects, etc., who can help. SL will, Ranjith and Waththe will not help to buy the supplies, because the army said, no, you need to buy the supplies and transport it to the site. They are not going to buy the supplies, so that requires a lot of logistics, because we have thousands. We got the invoice, the Excel spreadsheet with screws and sandpaper and drills and sandbags and this and that, which requires a lot of help for the 3 people who are running the show. And another thing where people can help is, if you know somebody who is, say, a general manager of a hardware store or a paint company, or a carpenter opening a woodwork shop, and they can give us discounted rates, please give us their names and contact numbers, and one of our 3 coordinators will contact them so we can get the best deal to cut our cost down. Go back, please. And then another place is we can call some of our more prominent members, the VVIPs, if you have a blog. And a lot of things move in Sri Lanka due to political. If you have a block and the minister makes a call, then the block gets unblocked. So we might have to call one of our more prominent members for help if we have a block. Right now we just have to mention that the Prime Minister is involved in this, he's supporting us, and then it becomes magically unblocked. So we had been able to move forward. And then of course, if we fall short, we might have to have volunteers to raise funds, because say I had to call, I'm A and I had to call B, and I had never spoken to B in 40 years. He's not going to, if I call him and ask me to, hey, can you donate for this fund? He said, who the hell are you? And, get lost and hang up in fight, but on the other hand, if another friend is very close to him and he calls him, he probably will donate. So people who are, who can also help us is to volunteer to raise funds, because what we need to do to finish the job is to raise the balance of 6.5 million Sri Lankan rupees or so. And next slide. So we don't want to be anonymous. These are the people in the executive committee. All of them are volunteers. We have no conflicts of interest. Neither me or all the members of the committee get either direct or indirect benefit from this project. So, and all the money goes from this, that goes directly for the program. That means there's no overheads. Everybody works free. This is completely different to say a large organization like the Red Cross, where there's obviously going to be about 50% overhead for administrative fees. In our project, there's zero cost, because everybody volunteers their time and effort, and everything goes in to the restoration. And go back, please. And if you notice, this committee is mostly made up of 1960 group hockey players, and that's because I'm biased. Just like Ranjith, if he has to call somebody, Ranjith Gunawardena will call the cricketers, Malik will call the athletes, Bulla will call the rugby players. So I call my friends to jump in. So Vasanta and Parivitana, R.J. Wickramasinghe, Ajita Vijayasundara were drafted more or less to help us out. And in fact, this fantastic event, I had to make 2 calls to organize it. One to Ranjith Wickramasinghe, he said, hey, listen, we need your place for this function. And 2 to Paddy, said, you need to organize the food. That's all. It was as easy as that. So I'm very thankful to Ranjith and his wife and daughter for making this beautiful house available for us. And for Paddy, for organizing the food with the Udupara caterers. Thank you, both of you guys. So why won't we give them both a round of applause? Next slide. So we have it, this is the 67 team. You can see, except for Vajira Gunawardena, the rest of us are 60 group members. And Ganaya came in as a junior, he's in the back there. And when we finished the program, I thought, well, I can make, now I don't want Ajita and Ganaya to get offended because I didn't ask them to organize this function. So when we finish the program, we are going to have a grand celebration again, and I don't want to offend the Prime Minister. So we'll give the Prime Minister first offer of refusal to organize the next temple trees. We'll celebrate this. But if the Prime Minister, because of state business, I mean, no, the man has to do so much of different stuff, no priority of it. The country's, economy and unemployment and all this. Ajita, you are on notice. You and Kanya will have to organize the next reunion. So the Prime Minister, I don't want to offend, so he will have the first choice of the grand celebration once we finish and complete the job. With that, I want to thank you, and my committee members are here. If anybody any questions or comments, please, now's the time to ask them. If not, I'll hand it to our MC for the next speech. And there are going to be not many speeches. Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead, Ranjith.
We are doing the top floor.
Yes.
What's the status of the second floor?
Well, let me tell you, the second and third floor, the army has given us an estimate. Okay? And that is going to be more or less similar to the top floor. But again, it's a question of money. I think other groups have to get involved and do that. And this will be like a role model. So hopefully once we finish it, the other groups will come in, because really the school is in pathetic shape. You won't believe it unless you walk through. I didn't believe it till I walked through 40 years later. It's unacceptable. Anything else?
Is there a bill of quantity for the required items?
I beg your pardon?
Required items, is there a bill?
Yes, we got the full, about an Excel spreadsheet, about 4 sheets with about 50 lines each, starting from screws to sandpaper to drills and paint, and all has been itemized. And we have it with us right now. Yes. And the army bit is the best. We didn't even have to go anywhere because no labor charges. And it is a big job, requiring a lot of logistics.
At the morning, you must communicate with the other two groups, 59 and 50, about the other two groups. Should communicate that we started at a top floor, and the other people who occupied the second and the third, started communication with them. We are planned.
Okay. It's a good idea. We'll...
That they will see.
Right. Okay. Good.
One other small point. Is army getting involved?
Yes, they have given us a full budget for the whole West Wing. But we have our member of...
Can I finish my question?
Yeah, sure.
Is that completely above both?
Completely about what?
Is that completely above both? They can do that sort of thing?
Yes, the principal is very happy because they have given us the permission to run this project, but we have stopped it.
From the army's point of view, that's
Yes, the army is willing. Has already given us the budget for the whole bill, West Wing.
The army quite competent to BCC.
Yes, army has already done the Navarangan in the Royal Primary. Yes, and the museum also. They are going to start a model. We'll get of the Form 1A and we get an idea, and then they are going to finish the top floor, and then we'll open it up for the other groups to pick up and do the needful. Any other questions? Because we want to move on with the rest of the program. Yes.
all that will be cleared.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, no, I just told you. Yeah. No, it will be clear. I have already done. Don't worry about it. Okay. I have already used the Prime Minister's name. Don't worry. Okay. So, Ishan, you want to pick up? I have an announcement to make. We have our old friend Bulla, our beloved friend Bulla's wife Kamilini. Is she here? Okay. Seneca was supposed to be in the books. Okay, so we have the Bulla's not autobiography for sale, and it's a very well recommended. Senator Veeratna was the editor. Anybody wants to buy it and support Bulla's charities, please be kind to do so. Senaka has the books. And Ishan here, go ahead. Thank you very much for your attention.
Oh, a big hand for Dr. Kumararatne. You know, I'm actually just amazed that this is a class of 1960, and I'm really more amazed that all of y'all have more hair than I do at this point in time. So it's truly, it's fantastic. We are supported, you know, it's amazing that you can get together after years and years, and this is what these schools in Sri Lanka are about. It's a lot about legacy and preserving that legacy for future generations. And there is a few words that we want to talk about, some of the other aspects of this project, and in terms of health of students. And I'd like to invite Dr. Ajitha Vijayasudhara, also from the class of 60, to speak a little about this.
Honorable Prime Minister, my three wonderful hosts, Ranjith and Priya, and our 60 group and their lovely wives. I am here today, something outside the buildings of Royal College, and that is the health of our batch. Now, 175 in our group produced 14 doctors, and unfortunately there is only one remaining in the country today, and that is a man who studied books and women. And all the help of most of the friends come to me and my wife. Of course, I must say, people like Mohan who live outside the country are extremely concerned and are contributing sometimes even more than the guys who are here. Well done, Mohan. But I just want to touch, just for 3 minutes, about the dire straits of some of our friends. Now, some people don't like their health to be discussed in public, but some have asked for help. Now, Ral Vitanage is a man who has lost his parents, his wife, his only child, he has no children, and he is a bad diabetic, living all alone, living off the cuddy. And he is totally destitute. So he is asking for help, financial help. And I think it should be given. Then there is Niraj Pereira, who went and fell into the pond. And in the morning only they detected him. And they rushed him to Navaloka. And he had bled so much, they couldn't save his arm. And the arm had to be amputated. And that arm is going to cost, artificial arm, 4.5 lakhs. And he's prepared to put in 1.5, and he's pleading with us to find the other 3 lakhs. Then, yeah. So he's looking for an arm, and he's pleading. Yeah. So then there is W.S. De Silva, who wanted an angiogram done. It cost him 40,000. So Hiran Veerasekara and I helped him in that. He slept on the ground at National Hospital and got 2 stents put in, and he is very, very happy. He didn't go to the private sector. There are others who have had bypasses and all who don't want to mention their names mentioned. So I think we can't ask people to fund 2 projects. But once this project is over, I think we can start a small fund. I think Nalin Valpita and I are prepared to do that, to have a small fund so that we can help our friends where their health issues are concerned. So I think that can be done after this, because we can't ask people to contribute to 2 projects. The other thing that I would like to touch on is Senaka, who was the initial, he produced that concept of a DRS in cricket and the player reference system, and that was his own original idea. But the ICC is refusing to recognize that. And it will be a great honor for the country and the 60 group if a name is put, like Dr. Lewis. If you can say, it was the Veeraratne method of referral. So I think if Ranil or Malik could influence the Minister of Sports to proceed with it and give that recognition to Senaka, I think it will be a great honor for our batch. So I don't want to proceed any further. Thank you very much, and I hope these ideas will be, put into practice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the presentation part of it. So please feel free to mingle and have another drink, and dinner will be served shortly. Thank you.
How are we going to raise the money for it?
Please, no more speeches.
Feel free to help yourself to the station.
So you have a good, good chance to buy a copy here rather than going to a bookshop. And I would very much encourage you to do so. Thank you.
Sponsors, thank you all for coming. It has been a wonderful, wonderful evening meeting all of you guys. We all had a great time. And normally I can tell the Prime Minister doesn't stay this long at a function, but it's unusual. He stayed for about 2 hours or so. And that means that he really enjoyed our company. So thank you for coming and enjoy the rest of the evening. And especially want to thank Ranjith, Priyangani and Kaushal for organizing this wonderful evening. And Mr. Padivitana, the chairman of tourism, so for organizing the wonderful food with Udambura caterers. And if any of you guys want to have a function and need some good food, you know whom to contact. Contact Paddy. Thank you very much and have a great evening.